If you do not want to work, do not come to the University of Georgia.
That's what I tell every single one of my recruits.
Every last one of them. I will be blunt with your son if he comes here on a visit, a workout. If you don't want to work, don't come to the University of Georgia. If you love your free time, don't come to the University of Georgia because you will be doing everything. If you
don't want to rethink your life decisions, don't come to the University of Georgia.
But if you want to win,
come to the University of Georgia.
And that coach up in Athens got them boys playing pretty good ball. Anyway, I love you, son. Go Dogs.
You ready?
Yeah, man.
We're back. It's been a couple weeks here with my new co-host, Zion Logue.
What's up, y'all boys? What's up?
From Lebanon, Tennessee.
Yeah, little town, 30 minutes outside of Nashville.
Yep. Both Tennessee boys.
Yes, sir.
Kind of explain what it was like growing up there.
It was kind of really, everybody got their rough parts, nice parts. Play sports just to keep me out of all the bad that was going on around my hometown, I guess you can say. Really played 3 sports all growing up. Football, baseball, basketball. It wasn't a time that I didn't have a ball in my hand. From little league to middle school to high school, I played with pretty much the same people. Then I guess going into middle school, my last year of middle school, I had an opportunity to go to like a academy, like a prep school or academy. I didn't want to do it. I just wanted to stay with my friends.
What school was it?
Innsworth.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I had a friend that went to what are the schools up there? The private schools.
You got MBA. You got JP2, CPA. Brentwood Academy.
I'm trying to think.
DCA.
Anyways, I have a friend that lives up there. Funny story. I don't know if we should put this in here already, but his ex-girlfriend now, Jake Camardo. Yeah. So Annabelle, my girlfriend, really good friends with her, so she's from up there too. And I've been up there a lot to go see them. But I love the city of Nashville.
It's cool. Like I just went out when I went back home for the May break. I went out. That was my first time ever being downtown Nashville. Went to Layer Cake. It was pretty cool.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, if Vandy was good at football, that is where I would be. I love that place.
I'm just from there, and
I feel like that's anywhere though. Yeah. Like people go anywhere. Like I have people come back home with me and they're like, "Oh, like shit, this is cool. Like this place is awesome." Like no, it's not. Like there's nothing to do. I feel like if you grow up somewhere, it kind of gets like that. But
shoot, really now you really can't even go to the – well, you can go to the mall, but it's been a couple shootings. So people really don't like going to the mall as much anymore. But now I think it's like if you're 13 or under, you need to somebody with you. Like people used to literally just drop their kids off at the mall and just let them run around all day. I'm like –
sounds about right.
What's going on? But
so you said you grew up playing 3 sports and you thought basketball was was going to be your gateway to college.
Boy, you couldn't tell me any different. I was just telling them earlier, I was watching back then, I think it was Julius Randle and all them they were in college, so and YouTube was big on the day in the lives and hoop mixtapes and Ball's Life. It just really blew up. So I was watching Malik Newman's Day in the Life and just they would go to the gym at 6, 7 in the morning and I would be like, shoot, I might as well do it too. This is where I want to be one day. So I would literally go into my grandma's room. She had a coin jar. Long live my grandma, Sadie Bell. I would take quarters. It cost $7 to get in our local gym, and I would pay $7 in quarters to be there, literally from 7 to 7, all day long. It kind of molded me to my friends, who I wanted to be around, and I didn't want to do anything without sports. So I would be there all day. My mom literally would have to drag me out of there to take me home. So
yeah, what would I bet those people hated you walking in there paying with quarters every day.
Yeah, they did. It got to a point they just gave me my own pass, and they were just here. And then
Oh man, that because I know you wasn't going in there with only quarters. There had to have been some dimes, some nickels mixed in there.
Yeah, it got to day 8. You got to pick little dimes. Everything. You got a couple quarters, but all right, come on, let's go.
But you're getting in.
Yeah, you're getting in. Then you're hustling people for money to eat at the concession stands. Shootouts, 3-point shootouts. Put $1 on it. Come on. So
paying for your next visit.
Yeah.
So what point in time would you say that you realized football was going to be your way?
When I went from 240 to 290 in 3 months. Yeah.
3 months?
Months.
How?
3 months.
50 pounds in 3 months.
Yes.
How the hell did that happen?
So I'm just starting out with my this is like my whole recruiting talk basically. So my first offer going into my junior year, UTC Chattanooga. Mm-hmm. They didn't have another offer for a whole year. Went to the Army East-West Combine. I thought I was getting an invite to the game, like to play in it. No, it was the Combine for upcoming seniors. Went there, got, I think it was like 4 or 5 offers in the same day. Southern Miss, I think it was like some smaller schools, but they were big time to me at the time. And like it just my recruitment took off, and I just started working out for I was working out like 3 times a week for no reason. Like I looked up first SEC offer was Ole Miss. Then Georgia calls, I think, the next day. I think they called me on a Monday. Coach Scott called me. He was like, "Can you be here?" And I was like, "When?" He's like, "Tomorrow." And I was like,
and it snowballed from there, didn't it?
Dude, I'm talking about.
I
got down here, I worked out. I didn't even get to 316. We barely got out of the parking deck, and Jeremy Pruitt from Tennessee's calling me.
That's exactly what happened with me.
And I'm like, what is going on? And like it just kept going. Shoot, I think I shut it down really early. I committed 2 days after my birthday, July 15, 2018. I just really shut it down.
What year was that? Was that going into your senior year?
Yeah, going into my senior year.
Because I committed the May before my senior year. Mm-hmm. But that's funny that you said that because I started getting offers early. Like it was weird. Mm-hmm. Like we had kids like in our area that were getting like highly recruited because we had Rome.
Yeah.
So their whole D-line went D1. They had Jemias Griffin, who's at Oregon State now. The quarterback went to Virginia Tech. Like they were stacked all across the board. And so our head coach, Coach Tate, he knew everybody. So he had good relationship with coaches. So they'd stop by. And I remember I was in there playing basketball one day, and South Carolina coach walks in, and he's like watching me play, and he's like, "Coach, how old is that kid?" Our head coach like, "He's 14," and he was like, "He's what?" And he called me over there and like started taking pictures of me. I was like, "What the hell's going on?" Like I had no clue what was going on at that time. And then Coach Atha calls me to his office. He's like, "South Carolina's offered you a scholarship." I'm like,
who?
A what? A who? And he's like, "South Carolina offered you a scholarship to play football for them." I'm like, say that again.
You probably seen the jumper because if y'all don't know, Tate he has a pretty nice jumper. Was at the leadership retreat. Yeah, he got a little jumper on him though.
A little jumper. But that was surreal to me. And then I got in contact with Muschamp because Muschamp went to Darlington.
Yeah.
Our pictures are actually like right next to each other in the locker room.
Duncanstein.
Cool. It was the weirdest thing. Every time you walk into the showers at Darlington, you see Coach Muschamp.
Whoa, pause.
Like it's weird.
Pause.
Like so, there's like our bathrooms, our locker rooms over here, and it's like right on this wall, right leading into the hallway to the showers. He's just sitting right there. This high school picture.
I'd be like, "Coach, you gotta take this down."
It was interesting, and I think I'm right there next to him now. So, whatever. But the Tennessee and Georgia thing happened to me. Yeah. I was going to my cousin's graduation party, and our head coach calls me. Coach Atha calls me. He says, "You need to call this number." I'm like, "Okay, whatever." It's like it's a 706 number. Like I'm like, okay, cool. It's like somebody in Rome because that's our area code. Call it. Is this Tate? Yeah, yes, it is. Who's this? He's like, this is Sam Pittman. I'm like, hold up,
Coach Pitt.
So he offers me, and then later that day, I'm literally like at the graduation party, like eating, and Coach Atha texts me again. He says, "Call this number." It's a 423 number. I'm like Tennessee, like. I call. He's like,
is that Chattanooga?
Yeah, it's Chattanooga number. I don't know why it's 423 because that's not Knoxville. But I call them. And Tennessee's like was my dream school at this point. Like, grew up a huge Tennessee fan, loved it. So I get a call. I'm calling. He's like, "Hey, this is Jeremy Pruitt." I'm like,
"Bro,
no, it wasn't Jeremy Pruitt. It was who's before him? Butch. And he's like, "We want to offer you a scholarship." And I like lose my mind because like I'm about to be a sophomore in high school, just got my dream school offer, which I thought. I was like freaking out. My dad's a diehard Tennessee fan. My dad like starts crying. I was like it was the coolest shit ever, and then it just snowballed.
Yeah,
it's like once you get Georgia's offer or an Alabama offer, there it goes.
That's I think my dad took me. He took me to a Tennessee junior day, And dude, he had like him like he had a twin brother, and like they were diehard Tennessee fans. So like that was his big moment to like go up there and like just like really see it and all that. So it was pretty cool recruiting.
How does word get out like that fast? That like
Tweet it. I'll put it on Twitter.
I wouldn't even say like tweeting. Like these coaches talk.
Yeah.
If they're not talking, they have people that are in the.
They
loop
have
of
people
something.
that know. Yeah, I've seen people fake an Alabama offer.
Oh, so many.
They just get other offers with it.
So many. But no, when I actually went to meet Coach Saban, it was the same way with Bama. They called me. I think it was it might have been like a Tuesday. I went down there on a Wednesday. It was me, my head coach, and another coach on our staff. The coach that was on our staff, he's a diehard Bama fan. He really wanted to drive us down there. It was like, all right, come on. Dude, we get in there to meet with Coach Saban. Like, he's sitting like he's the recruit, like shaking his legs.
Coach Saban opens that door with that button, and that door just swings open. You're like,
look, he just hits it like this.
And then you walk in, you sit down, presses again, that door closes. It's the coolest shit.
Little table like something like this right here. You're
just
looking at him.
rings all over it.
But the rings are just hitting you in your face.
And he has so much cool stuff like all over his office, but you feel like you can't look at it because he's sitting right there in front of you, and you want to make eye contact with him. So I'm like sitting there like. But when he offered me, I don't think I heard a single word he said the rest of the meeting. I went to a camp and we were about to leave, and somebody came up and got us. He's like, Coach Saban wants to talk to y'all. We're like,
you want to talk to me?
And my dad and one of our family friends went with us because he's a diehard Alabama fan, and he started acting like you said, like he was the recruit, like a little kid, like just happy as could be.
Yep.
That was 100% the coolest conversation I've ever had with a college coach. But Coach Saban, it was just because at the time, Alabama was like that pedestal offer. Mm-hmm. It was like the one you wanted. It was like once you got that one, you were good. And I wanted to go to Alabama. And then it turned out not liking their offensive line coach at the time, at all.
But I just don't. One thing I don't like is when these schools like LSU wanted me to come. They wanted me to come camp, but it wasn't set in stone that I would get an offer. And I'm like, I'm not gonna drive 9 to 10 hours from the state of Tennessee to Louisiana and not get an offer. Like, I know what I bring to the table, but most of the time, some schools don't like what they see.
They'd say, we need you to come work out before we offer you.
Right. And it was like that with LSU, Florida. But I ended up getting the offer from Florida.
That's me and Kirby when I was in 8th grade.
Bro, he still wears the same exact stuff.
Oh, my God.
It's crazy.
Where is this
I cannot
picture?
wait to see what Andrew grows up to be, because I know he's going to be just by the stuff.
Do you think he realizes how cool of a childhood he has?
I think he does. I think now he really does. I think it really hit him when Sony and all of them were I think that's when it started to hit him in the face.
Who else can say oh, I was around the Georgia football team my whole childhood, taking pictures with recruits, running around.
Yeah, because that's when Boog was. I call him Boogie. If you seen him when Richard was here, he would just jump on Richard. Richard would throw him around, and that's the
I remember somebody put him in a trash can on a visit I was here.
I think it was either Richard or Nolan. No,
I love the kid.
I love the hell out of Boogie. He's just
Lord have mercy, full go 100% of the time.
All day.
Oh, Coach Smart makes him go work out during our practices.
Yes.
He's go in there and run up our cardio stairs, jump up our cardio stairs 10 times. He's and I have cameras. And he looked down at his phone and said, you did 9, get back in there and do 5 more. I was like, oh my God.
Then he'll come out when we're doing sprints. He'll
He'll run with the bigs.
And Coach Fran's son, Lil Braden, they'll both run with the bigs. They'll be running beside me, and I'll just take off running. I'm just looking back at both of them, just talking shit.
I will say, them being out there running next to you makes it easier because you're not thinking about running. You're thinking about just messing with them.
Yeah, that's funny.
All right, kind of more into current events now. The NBA Finals. What's your opinion on this?
I knew it was over when Denver beat.
I knew it was over when the Nuggets had a week and a half to get ready.
Yes.
And the Heat had, a 2-day transition?
Yeah.
And one thing that I've noticed, Jokic has the most, unimpressive triple-double ever. I swear you don't.
No. It's very impressive.
Don't get me wrong. It's
very
impressive, but I swear I don't notice he's doing it until they show the stats.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what I
It's
mean by
quiet.
that.
It's quiet.
It's very like not flashy, if that makes sense.
Did you hear about that story of him? Jamal Murray was telling the story about how this was a couple years ago, and this was when they were playing the Jazz, and Jokic is just kind of bodying Rudy Gobert. And Rudy's called off the double team. He's like, I got him. And Jokic is like, he has the ball, he like leans over, he's like, brother, I have 47, and then like makes the shot, and it's just like a super funny story from Jamal Murray, and it's just insane how that dude you just look at him and you're like, how is
he moves so slow?
It's him. Like I think it's just like the overseas ball. Him, Luka, Manu was the same way.
They all play slow,
like,
and they just score.
Slow and monotonous, but it's going to be the quietest 30, the quietest 15 rebounds, 16 assists. You're just like, God.
Like they show his stats at the end of the game. I'm like, when did this happen?
Yeah.
It's so impressive. His touch around the rim is insane.
But you can't guard his final seconds Dirk shot. Like you can't. Like and people like he works on that. I know he does. Like because you can't just get in that rhythm of just shooting that like that. Like and when it's short time in the game. Like you have to shoot that all the time.
It's impressive. He's impressive.
Yes.
It's impressive
Very.
like how he does like it's not going in.
He ain't trying to bully. He's like he's gonna catch it on the elbow, have two guys run past him, maybe fake a handoff, turn around, throw it behind his head. Like he's just gonna do a lot of different things to keep you on your toes, and a lot of people don't have the firepower to stop it nowadays.
Bam cannot.
He's doing everything he can.
Everything he can, but
Bam, AD, like he's just. I would have loved to see.
Bam's been hooping.
Yes, I would have loved to see Philly against Denver, because we would have got the head-to-head that everybody wanted. They wanted to see MVP versus MVP. Like that's what everybody would have wanted.
And I still think Jokic does the same thing he's doing right now.
Some people might have different viewpoints.
I hate Joel Embiid. Hate him. Can't stand the guy. So I keep Philly out of the finals for as long as humanly possible, because I just cannot stand Joel Embiid. He's the biggest crybaby I've ever seen in my entire life, and he hunts fouls, and it makes me so mad. And that's all I have to say as a Hawks fan.
He had to throw the Hawks in there.
Tell us how you feel.
Bobby has strong opinions about Joel Embiid, if y'all didn't pick that one up.
That was very strong.
Do you think Jamal Murray is underrated?
Yes.
Extremely.
Yes. He does not get the.
When he gets hot.
But it's the crazy. Like he's been doing it since he was at Kentucky, though. And people, he didn't get the looks because he was around everybody else. I think who was there at the time? I think it was him, Bam, Malik Monk, De'Aaron Fox. No, hold on.
Like, how do you approach these games if you're Bam? Like thinking like, I'm about to get at least 30 put on me, and I'm going to do everything I can to stop it.
You can't. It's not a lot.
It's just it's got to be demoralizing. And like that Rudy Gobert story I told, like Rudy Gobert is one of the best defensive players in the league, and Jokic is doing that to like Rudy, and just think like everybody else is helpless. Like I have never seen somebody dominate like at that position personally. Now I'm sure like Shaquille O'Neal, I mean, I never watched Shaq in his prime. I wasn't old enough to. So like I'm sure I mean Matt probably didn't vouch for Shaq, but like
You just got called old.
So this is who was on the team: Alex Poitras, Tyler Ulis, Dominique Hawkins, Derek Willis, Marcus Lee, Trey Lyles, EJ Floral, Isaiah Briscoe, who should have been playing in the league for a long ass time, but people didn't want to pick him up. Willie Cauley-Stein, who was supposed to be that big guy that everybody was talking about. Cat was also on that team. Carl Towns, Sky Labissiere, who was supposed to be another great big, fell off in the league. I don't even remember who he was. Isaac Humphries and Charles Matthews. So he was kind of getting overshadowed by the bigs at that time.
They had three bigs that were like the names of college basketball when they were.
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy. Yeah. Do you think if Jokic gets a ring, he's in like a top 15, top 20 discussion?
Yes. With the two MVPs, I think with that alone, because then you win like back to back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't he go back-to-back MVPs?
Pretty sure.
Yeah, like with that alone in Denver.
They're not where they are if he's
Yeah,
not on that team. Like, at even close to where they are. He changes their team so much, and it's.
and he's been doing it since day
Would you
one.
Would you think he's top 15 if he gets a ring?
Come on.
Yeah, probably.
And he's been doing it since day one.
Would
so
you
it's not
say
like
he's
it's
one of
just
the most dominant players at that position since Shaq?
I don't see how he's not.
Yeah,
Looking at stats,
You can't look past Dwight Howard. And I'm tired of people.
Okay, yeah, Dwight
I'm
Howard.
tired of people looking past Dwight Howard too.
I
That's a
don't
good
look
call.
past
He
him,
does
I just
not get
forget
the
about him.
respect that he deserves.
He doesn't at all.
Like three-time defensive player of the year.
You know
like,
who else doesn't get the respect they deserve?
Who?
Kevin Garnett.
Yes, but I think he does get the respect. People respect
But
him
he's
for
never
the,
brought
for
up
the
in the
shit talking that he
conversation.
was.
I feel like Dwight and Kevin Garnett and KG are kind of like in the same boat. Like they're kind of overlooked when you talk about bigs.
Is Paul Pierce overlooked?
Yeah.
I don't know.
People forget about him.
I just don't think you can like that Celtics roster. I don't think they get overlooked. I think they're appreciated, and I think that Kevin Garnett, like his prime, I think was maybe not as good as Dwight Howard's, but it was certainly longer. Like KG was around the league and competing for longer than Dwight was. So I don't know about underappreciated, but I think
That might have been the ugliest lineup I've ever seen. Paul Pierce, Rajon, and Kevin Garnett on the court.
Have y'all watched Shaq's documentary on HBO Max? Bro, that is fire. Like
Good.
fire. Oh, who's the next that's in line to pass Braun? Do you think?
Giannis.
Do you think?
I think
Scoring?
Giannis got to be in the
Scoring?
no, just overall player.
Okay. I was talking about the scoring.
Scoring.
So we know the scoring title wasn't broke for 40 years, whatever. I think Jokic has a great shot.
If he can stay in the league long enough.
Yes,
Because you got to think he's a 7-foot man. You got to think how many years until that really starts taking a toll on his body.
and he's 285.
Yeah, that's a large human.
7 foot 285. Like that's a lot moving.
Bobby, I was about to ask your opinion on that.
Who's about to ask my opinion on what?
I was going to ask his opinion on that.
Oh.
As long as it's not Philly.
Yeah, don't bring up Philly. We're good with this. Do you like the Phillies?
oh, hate him. I don't hate him as much
What's
as the
up
Mets,
with you
though.
in Philadelphia?
Oh my! Well, they're our rival in like every single sport. I'm okay with the Eagles. Like Eagles are all right, but like I mean, I actually really like Jalen Hurts. Honestly, like even when he went to Oklahoma, when he got away from Alabama, I was a huge Jalen Hurts fan. Anyways, wait, what was we got off track? What was the question again?
Do you think? What were you about to say? What were you saying?
So the scoring title wasn't broke for 40 years. Who do you think is the next in line to break it? I said Jokic because the way that he scores at a clip, and then Tate said how long do you think his body will be able to hold up to 7 foot, 285 pounds?
Jokic?
Yeah.
You got to think
Because,
all that
like-
jumping, running. That's gonna take a toll on him eventually. Because how many games they play in a year?
82.
That's a lot, especially for a big
I
man.
don't know. I don't know where Jokic stands currently, so I couldn't give you like an accurate.
Career points. Let's see.
Yeah, I mean, if we broke down the math into how many points he would have to score per year, like an average per year,
He has 12,000 career points right now.
and what Braun just broke it this year.
38,
And
38,
Jokic has been in
38.
the league, what, 5 years?
It's been longer.
Yeah, it's definitely been longer.
Because Braun was the first to hit 5. The youngest person to hit 5, youngest person to hit 10, youngest person to hit 20, 30. Like, so Jokic has been in the league since 2015, 2016.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. 2015.
So
Almost 8 years.
that's a tough.
I don't.
That's a tough.
I don't think he. I don't think.
I don't think he will.
I don't think he will, and I honestly don't think he'll get that close to breaking the score title.
So how long has Braun been in the league?
20 years.
Yeah.
Like
I just
20
don't. I just don't see
20 plus years. I don't see Jokic playing. He's played for.
I
8.
feel like it's just hard for a.
I don't see him dominating for
that long.
That long either. Yeah. Like he's just like LeBron is one of a kind. He dominated the league for so long. I just don't think that there's going to be another person to be able to do that.
I
Really.
100% agree.
And it's just Jokic has only been scoring over 25 for the last 3 years.
Oh yeah, no.
Because when he came in the league, he scored his first year 10 points, second year 16, third year 18, fourth year 20, fifth year 19, 2021 he averaged 26.4, 21, 2022, 21.7, this past year 24.5. But that's why I was saying who would be the next in line, because everybody's just putting all this on Victor. Like, we don't even know if he's gonna, because
That dude is gonna be crazy though. Like, gotta be.
I want to see how he stacks up his first 82. Like how his body, because everybody said that about Chet Holmgren. Chet Holmgren was supposed to come in last year, but he had a foot before the season even started.
What did he do? He tore his Liz Frank.
I thought it was his Achilles.
Was it Achilles or Liz Frank?
I think it was his Achilles.
Liz Frank somebody tore their Liz Frank recently, and I was like, that's what Tate had happened to him.
I remember you telling me that story. Oh man.
Yeah, it was his Liz Frank.
So Tate, what was it? You said you played 2 plays.
Snapped my foot in half and then played 2 more.
He's like, dude, my foot's in half.
I looked at Warren McClendon. I said, my foot's half. Warren looks at me. He goes, okay. He looks back. He's like, hold on, what? Brian Breezy looks at me and says, you good? I'm like, no. Okay. We kind of got sidetracked there. But so I guess we'll start one of our staple features. Features. Okay. The fist pump feature. Did you do this last time with us?
I did not.
Okay, it's like, give the old Goatee spiel on it. Tiger is known for his fist pump. It's something like in your week that was fist pump worthy, like something good to happen. It could be anything. Like Goatee's first example was like, you got the last Oreo out of the pack or something like that. Just anything.
Could we for like the last month?
Yeah.
I definitely had to say my football camp, because like that was a huge.
I was going to talk to you about that.
It was a huge like thing that I've been wanting to do for years.
How many kids you have?
147. 147 kids, free
Because
camp,
I'm going to do one in July.
completely free. We sponsored everything.
I'm not that nice of a person.
Because like the area that I'm from is not a lot of income, and so we wanted parents to be able to bring their kids and like not have to worry about paying for this and this. So when people bought a shirt, they paid for like 2.5 to 3 kids to be able to come to the camp for free. So it was a really great time. It was amazing. Kids ask me to sign their legs, their shoes. I'm like, dude, your parents are going to kill me. Like, they paid so much money for these shoes, and y'all.
Because I remember I got famous Street Fighter. What's his name? He died. What's his name?
Kimbo Slice?
Kimbo Slice.
Kimbo, yeah.
He was at the Battle of Rome, and I got him to sign I had like an Under Armour shirt that was like one of the nicer shirts that I had. My mom would only let me wear certain places. And I got him to sign it, and she was pissed.
Yeah, I was like, he says, this kid's like, sign my leg. I'm like, you're going to go home and shower in like an hour. It's going to come off right. He's like, well, just sign my shoe. And I'm like, no, what? But it was something that I had been wanting to do.
I bet that was awesome.
For like 2 years. And like, my schedule just didn't align with it. And this year it was like perfect, bang, bang, bang. So we got everything set. We actually got everything set up in like 3 weeks. It was crazy. Because I had a NIL deal with a local like shirt company called SEI, Southeast Impressions, and they helped out. Shout out to SEI, but they really helped out and did a lot for
That's
it.
awesome. I watched the video and it looked awesome. Did y'all see the video? That was awesome. You looked like you had an awesome time, and so did the kids. Fist pump feature of the week. I have a really boring life. Nothing really great happens. Nothing really bad happens. I'm just on a steady track all the time. My fist pump probably going to Atlanta and just spending money I shouldn't have spent. I went up there to buy boots. I went up there to the Cova store. And I was just really going to try them on so I could order them, but they hit me with if you buy a pair of boots today, you get a free belt that matches the leather.
I got the email.
Me too. What I got the
Had to do it.
Yeah, I mean, how do you turn that down?
How? You can't.
You can't.
So I got a pair of Cayman boots. I haven't got them yet at order, but
When you tried them on, they were
I tried on like the.
I need some new boots. So last time we went to Tennessee, Vandy and Tennessee, I wore my cowboy boots. I need some new boots for this year.
What's your price range here?
Oh, snap. Well, I do pay the upper $5 for it, almost every shoe that I pay for that I get. So.
Oh, if you're looking that, we can get you in some boots.
But I need you seen the ones I have. Like I just bought those because like it was my first ever boot. So
we can get you.
But I need some.
I can show you the picture of the ones I just bought.
Like Coach Searles and Coach Schumann's boot game, crazy.
Annabelle babysits his children, and he like has a cutout in his closet like that's raised for boots.
Yeah,
he calls it his boot barn.
Well, every suit he wears different boots.
Mm-hmm.
Who is this?
Coach
Schumann.
Schumann, inside linebacker coach.
Yeah, and then here's where I really messed up this weekend. Going to Neiman Marcus Neiman, whatever it is. Neiman
Everybody
Marcus.
just goes without me. Like I don't need to go because I'm gonna spend too much money that I don't.
Yeah,
wanna spend,
I
but
go
I
in
need
there
to
and
go
I'm
shop.
like, oh, there's cologne. Let me go smell some cologne. Oh, that shit smells good. And so I'm over there talking to the lady that sells the Baccarat. And she sprays it on me. I'm like, oh, God.
Was it the red bottle?
No.
That's what I got.
And I was like, not doing it because that shit is like $700 for a big bottle.
I got the little bottle that I got is like $4.25 or something like
What
that.
what cologne is this?
Baccarat.
Like, what is in this?
I don't know, but it smells.
Mason Francis, bro.
And then
I don't know what it is, but
ended up getting Creed.
I love it.
That's what I have.
It's great.
Aventus.
It's great.
It's great. Smells phenomenal. She sprayed on my elbow. I was like, give it to me. Give it to me. Did I ever give a fist pump feature?
You said spending too much money that you didn't.
That's not a fist bump feature. That's one of those trench talk things. Yeah, I guess I'll say playing golf today. It's nice to get outdoors and do something that's not football. Definitely, yeah. Going to play golf. I went and played
So
last.
that's what.
Yeah, that was it. Oh, yeah.
Have you seen the Browns' new logo?
The ugliest thing I've ever seen.
So
It's horrible.
Whose Bulldog is better?
Ours. I think that's what you were about to ask.
Yeah, that was.
Ours.
Yeah, I mean, the Browns logo. I mean, it's new. I think it's better than what they had with the
Just the
orange
helmet.
helmet. Like,
But like, I wonder, like now, how is it gonna look on the side of a helmet though? Like that on the side of a helmet.
I just don't like how it's
a
shaded.
bright orange helmet.
Yeah.
How's that gonna look?
Not a.
That logo's going to be on the helmet.
Yeah, I'm saying if that is, I'm like, how is that gonna? Like, or are they just gonna leave their helmet just orange with the stripes?
Not a huge fan of it at all.
it's one of those things where it's like, you think about like some mascots or like
I just seen it.
some logos that don't make any sense. Like the Oakland Athletics, their old logo was an elephant balancing on like a circus elephant. Like, what the
Makes
heck is
no
that?
sense.
What the heck is that? Yeah,
Why?
couldn't tell you. Also, yeah, no, I was gonna say what the heck is a Philly fanatic, but then you get it's just reinforces my hatred
we gotta have
to
we gotta get Tyke
Philadelphia.
in
So
We got to get Tyke in here so he can defend Philly. Somebody's got to.
You have
So-
been out for Philly.
Somebody's got to, because Joel can't do it. So
All right. This is something I really want to talk about.
yeah, let's get into
Megan
that.
Rapinoe said Sue Bird arguably had the best career that anyone has ever had in the history of any sport ever. That is just the worst take I've ever seen in my life. That is awful. First off, take it back down to women's sports. That is disrespectful.
Especially to the game, like
To Serena Williams,
yes,
first off, that's just disrespectful.
Lisa Leslie. Who
Yes.
changed the game for girls basketball as dunking and as that whole. I mean, you could have said Candace Parker.
Like,
Like it's a lot of people who had great careers,
it's horrible.
and to say that,
If she would have said women's sports, it wouldn't have been that bad. Okay, we could maybe make an argument for that, but not with Serena Williams playing still.
Nah.
But, okay, I don't think I've ever agreed with a single Megan Rapinoe take, but besides the point, that's the worst one I've heard.
did you see the guy who ate a 72-ounce steak in 6 minutes?
No, can we pull this
yeah,
video up?
we're pulling it up right now. Number one, do you think that you could do this? I
No.
want to see. You don't think you could do
Bro,
this?
like watch this.
Bring me a 72-ounce steak, I'll try.
Like he devoured this plate. But you didn't see the guy in front of him. Like, they have it, like, cut off already, I think. So it's like he's literally just cutting it into more pieces that he can just, like, eat faster.
What?
Like, I want you to see the guy that's in front of him.
Hold on.
Like, replay
Did
that.
you just hear that said?
Look, pause it,
fastest
pause it.
time?
Can you zoom in?
I see that.
Bro, look at the plate.
Shit.
Look at his. His is gone.
That is insane. Hold on. But did you hear the end? Second fastest time.
Who was the first?
The second fastest time, and it was 6.5 minutes. Personally, if I'm going to eat a
wait,
steak, I'm going to take my time and enjoy it. What does he get out of that? Like a free meal?
Probably
a hat?
a free meal for a year.
Like a trucker hat?
I'm assuming that he gets his meal for free.
Bare minimum.
But if he doesn't finish it, what do you pay him? How much do they charge you for that steak if you don't finish it?
I don't know. It's got to be
North of 100.
100 at least, yeah. I mean, you got to think of like a porterhouse that's like, I mean, half the size of that, and like those are upwards of $100. Like,
That's crazy. And not even the fact that he did it, that somebody did it faster. Are we doing tier talk? We can if you want to. I want to. No, I just want to do it. That's my favorite segment that we do.
What's tier talk?
So, what do we usually do? 5?
call it. We got to call it rank talk.
Rank talk. Tier. That's what the boys does. Tier talk.
Yeah. So.
Will Compton, come sit right there.
Also, do you
Isn't
guys,
that Taylor Lewan in him? Oh.
I got on his live somehow. That's my fist pump. How the hell did I get on his live? Miles Johnson was on there, and I just requested to join, and I joined, and we started doing push-ups. I was like, okay. He looked at me. He's like, look at this guy's hair. He definitely idolizes Taylor.
and what was? Did he recognize you at all? Did he know like?
And once I told him I was the person he sent T-shirts to, yeah, he did.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
You want to do rank talk right now?
Yes.
Okay. What 2Ks have you guys played? Have you guys played every 2K?
Played every.
Everything since I started 15.
I played every 2K.
And I have strong opinions on this subject because I play this shit for real. 2K16 is the greatest 2K ever made. 2K17 second.
Thank you. I didn't like after 16. I thought nothing could get better,
It won't ever.
and it was like 17 made me so mad because that was the year that everybody just started rim running, and it was like heavy slasher, or you was just like shooting from half
Remember
court.
2K20, the BP build?
I'll give you 5 choices of video games.
And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. He gives us one. We don't know what's next, and we have to rank it.
So could be, like Call of Duty, like your favorite Call of Duty ever, or it could be like.
So he's giving us one.
He gives us one, and we rank it.
And then you rank it 1 through
without
5.
knowing what's next.
Without knowing what's coming next. Could be an even better one. Could be a doggy doo-doo one. You never know. So first, we'll start it off with Call of Duty Black Ops 2.
1.
I don't know what's coming after, so I might go 3,
Okay. How about Wii Sports?
5.
4.
No, I'm going to go 4. It can get worse. Wii Sports Resort, though, we bump it up to 3.
Yeah, I was about to say when we Sports Resort, hey, we gotta
Okay.
go.
All right, we'll do Wii Sports
3.
Resort.
You already used your 3.
God, I'd still go 4.
We'll stick with the Wii theme here. Go Mario Kart.
2.
We're talking about like the Nintendo Mario Kart.
I'm talking about OG Wii.
2. 2.
5.
What?
Sorry, I wasn't a big
He said 5.
5. Sorry,
Oh my gosh, that's unbelievable.
I wasn't a huge Nintendo Mario Kart. I wasn't
I used to have the steering wheel and all.
Yeah.
like I was just huge sports games. Like now if we're talking about college football, I've had every college football that's came out, every last one.
Me too.
All right, we'll do.
Don't you do that.
Well, you put me on the spot here to do the rank talk, so I got to come up with stuff. How about we do Cooking Mama? You guys ever play Cooking Mama for Nintendo DS?
Like I've used all my bad ones.
I've never played that.
I've never heard of that.
I had a sister, so I played it all the time. With her,
I've never heard of that.
No, I've never heard of that.
What?
Honorable mention number 6.
Facts.
What's it called?
Cooking Mama.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I've
crazy.
never heard of that.
Like, no, never.
And then we'll round this out with. I don't know. Let me do something that I feel like we all would have played growing up on like Game Boy. How about like Pokemon Greenleaf version.
4.
Did play Pokemon. Wow. I'm telling you.
Oh, we should have done consoles, man, or like handheld
Right.
devices. We should have done ranking that
I had
stuff.
a PSP.
PSPs were
Elite.
Yeah. Ooh.
That game was cold.
Oh, we should have done consoles, man, or like handheld
Right.
devices. We should have done ranking that
I had a
stuff.
PSP.
PSPs were
Elite.
Yeah.
Are we talking? Okay, I don't know if we're talking about the actual console. I was about to say, or was it a pause moment right there?
Wait.
Like the PSP,
You,
the thing
know
you
what?
held.
You know what people use PSP for? Like we were like middle school, like the acronym PSP.
Oh.
Yeah, I thought that's what you.
No, I'm talking about
Okay, okay,
the
cool.
little handheld console. First he does this, and then he puts Mario Kart at 5. Like, holy shit.
I'm sorry, dog. I'm telling you, I didn't play nothing but sports games.
Mario Kart's just like one of those games that I feel like
It is.
All right, run through the top fives because I was all over the place.
Black
with
Ops
these.
2 was my 1. Wii Resort was my 3. What were the other ones you said?
I said Cooking Mama.
That's 5. I gotta reshape these now. 'Cause Cooking Mama's got to be 5.
What was my
You can't
3?
reshape them.
I'm
That's
sorry.
the point of the blind
Oh,
trap.
I'm
Mario
sorry,
Kart
man.
was my 2. Wii Resort was my 3.
Right.
Pokemon was my 4. Whatever the hell you said was my
Cooking
5.
Mama?
Yeah. I think I only got to 3, 4, 5. Nothing else matched the 1 and 2.
Nothing was up there for 1 and 2 for you.
I mean,
You
now
wanna
that I
wipe
went back,
Yeah.
but like you said, it was a blind reaction. So I guess I'm just 3, 4, 5.
What was your first console?
First console, Xbox, the original Xbox. Then I also had the original PlayStation.
Mine was the original PlayStation.
Played
He's got
Tony
a
Hawk
good-
on the original PlayStation. That was pretty. But did you ever play? Well, probably didn't. It was on the original Xbox console. Def Jam Fight for New York. Bro, we were talking about it on the way to the leadership retreat. All those games, like, do we play like that, dude? Those games are like those. They're undefeated.
All right. So, me and Zelo, offensive lineman, defensive line, we're always in the trenches. So, we thought a good segment to bring would be Trench Talk,
Trench talk.
which is basically the complete opposite of the fist pump feature. It's something not so great that's happened in your week, and since the trenches are kind of brutal, it gets. Well, what would you describe it as? It gets rough in there.
Shoot, getting out that hole of the squat on Friday before you got to run.
Yep. Something tough, brutal, or a struggle that happened to you or someone else this week. You got to think trenches aren't necessarily fun.
Not at all.
A lot of adversity to be faced in there. A lot of struggle. So I think trench talk with two linemen would be a perfect segment to add with us two being here now. Mine's missing a turkey on the last day of the season in Georgia. I was on suicide watch.
That's tough. It's like, does it take like patience to turkey hunt?
Yes.
Because I've never been hunting.
Turkeys are like little crackheads. They come in, they're like always on edge. Like you could call one in and a branch would fall and it'd take off running.
Wow.
Like they come into a field like looking at everything. Like I'm talking like if you see one, like once it gets locked on your decoy, you're fine because that's what they're focused on. It's like any other thing when it comes to a woman. They got tunnel vision now when they see that decoy. And so you could literally sit behind it and do jumping jacks. But if it's coming into you and it doesn't see that decoy, you literally have to move like this to get your gun up.
I've never been hunting. I've been fishing.
And
I've never been.
It is turkeys, because turkeys, if a turkey's not going to gobble, you're not going to kill it because you will have no clue where it is. And there's a lot of times turkeys will like sitting there on my phone and I look up and there's a turkey standing in the middle of the field because if they don't gobble, you don't know they're there. They're quiet and they're smart and they have really good vision. Their visions are like binoculars, and they sense like they can see movement, like the slightest movement. They're just a pain in the ass to kill. And I can add to this another turkey hunting. We went up to Tennessee, hunted hard for like 3 or 4 days, morning to like took a break, go eat lunch, and then we're back in the woods. I get sick. So I'm back in Athens. I get sick, planning to go back up there. I get sick. I can't go. Kate goes up there with one of our buddies, kills 3 while I'm sick on my family's land. I was pissed. Kate sends me a video of him holding 3 turkeys. I'm just like Annabelle was there, and she could like legitimately like see a mood change. Like that's how pissed I was. Like I just stopped talking. Like I was over this shit. Like I was pissed. But yeah, turkey's the most fun hunting to do just because it's the most rewarding. Like deer hunting, you sit there and wait, and there's nothing you can do to affect them coming, realistically. But turkeys, you have to call them in. Like, turkeys aren't just going to walk out in the field if they don't have a reason to.
Honestly, ain't been a lot bad that's happened to me. Or like that I've had to just, outside of really just working out. Shoot, going to Atlanta, not having anywhere to stay, having to drive back at 4 o'clock in the morning. And I'm not going to pay for the hotel room for 3.5 hours.
Oh, yeah.
Before I'm not doing it.
Can we talk about how on Friday I stood up with my last set of squats, and this is what I looked like? I pick up the bar, and my legs just start doing this.
Shaking like desire.
Shaking like a stripper. And in my mind, I'm thinking, I have to go run after this. I'm sitting there, like, shaking. Like,
and that hill that hill was a little steep.
That I remember.
Like, I'm like.
We ran 1080s all time, and then went outside and ran hill sprints. After squatting I think my weight was like 415 for like 4 sets of 6. Wouldn't recommend it.
If you do not want to work, do not come to the University of Georgia.
That's what I tell every single one of my recruits.
Every last one of them. I will I will be blunt with your son if he comes here. I will be on a visit, a workout. If you don't want to work, don't not come here. To the University of Georgia. If you love your free time,
don't
come to the University of Georgia because you will be doing everything.
If you don't want to rethink your life decisions, don't come to the University of Georgia.
But if you want to win,
come to the University of Georgia. That's what I tell people. I said, we win, we have fun doing it, but the shit sucks because you work so hard.
Yes.
That's our recruiting pitch to end this episode, but it's great to be back. I'm really ready to get this started with you, and I know you're excited to get this started and get this rolling. We've got a couple guests in mind between each other that we want to have on, some reoccurring guests, hopefully, which will more than likely happen at some point. Ready to get this content rolling again. Have a good time doing it.
Ready to be on Real Talk, man. I've been watching from afar. Idolize you and Goaty. Goaty, love you, man. Blessed that you started this, and I'm blessed that you trusted in me to step into this new space of my life and to join the Real Talk family. You guys, I appreciate you guys opening me with open arms and ready to get to work, man.
Of course. Loving to have you here. But I think me and you are going to have a lot of fun doing this. I think me and you kind of have a different bond, having to headbutt each other literally every single play of every single practice, day in and day out. Like, me and Zemo, like, legitimately beat the shit out of each other every day of practice, and we literally don't have a choice.
It's the points where we get, like, our heads just start hurting.
We just look at each other.
Just start smiling and just
like,
dude, we got to get through this. Like, we got to get through it, bro. Like,
me and Goaty have talked. We're going to do an episode once a month with each other on Zoom. So still have that aspect of this, but this is Real Talk Georgia now, and we're going to get this thing rolling and hopefully get some good content out to you guys.
Let's do it, man.
Cut.